Hi guys, Tasty here. I'm back with another Slay the Spire video for a trophy called Who Needs Relics? And this was, I found, a very difficult trophy to obtain. It took me 18 attempts in total. 13 of those attempts I was playing as Ironclad, and 5 I was playing as the Silent. And I ended up doing it with the Silent, and I did it by choosing the swap for a boss relic with Meow. I swapped into I think it's called Hovering Kite, which is where you get 1 energy the first time you discard a card. Um, but yeah, I found it very difficult. My hands were shaking by the end of the fight. I've only got the footage of the boss because basically I think I did it in parts. I probably came back the next day or something just to do the boss. Um, so I've only got the boss fight, so I'll start playing it now, and I'll just talk about it a little bit more while the footage is playing. Most of my attempts, of these 18 attempts that it took me, ended on floor 33, which is the Act 2 boss. But I also had a floor 48 and a floor 50 attempt, both with the Silent. So floor 50 being the end boss, so that was a shame. I think that was against Donu and Decker, and it was very close. I also had a promising run where I got the relic from Act 2, which replaces your starting relic on the Ironclad, and it heals you 12 HP instead of 8. So that was really nice, and I had high hopes for that one, but that one ended also on floor 33. Now in this run, on this fight right now, my plan here is using Nightmare to receive multiple copies of Footwork, and that really was my win condition here. And although I actually only got the Nightmare card a couple of floors before this fight, so it certainly wasn't my win condition up until this point. And that's one of the really tough things about this trophy, is that there's a lot of RNG. You can't really, you can have a rough idea of how you're going to win, but it's not necessarily going to work. You're not going to necessarily get the cards you need. I was just hoping for poison cards. I was hoping for Blur. Well Laid Plans is a very good card generally, so I'd say that Well Laid Plans was the MVP of this deck. Here you see I've got Blur, I've got Adrenaline, Noxious Fumes, there's the Nightmare, I've got Corpse Explosion, Backflip, Piercing Wail, all really good cards. I didn't know what to do, when I had the event for the Vampire, didn't know whether to take it or not, decided to take it, it was a risk, but this deck was pretty good. And with only having one relic, all of your power is coming from your deck, and it might take quite a few runs to just get that deck that's good enough to take you all the way. Yeah, this trophy really gave me a newfound appreciation for how powerful relics are. It really is not easy. Having said that, here I'm using the Well Laid Plans to keep my Nightmare, because I'm waiting for that Footwork. That's my win condition here. Because if I can use Nightmare with Footwork, and there's Footwork, then I can exponentially increase how much block I have. Up until this point, a couple floors earlier, I didn't even have Nightmare, it just appeared and I took it. I was just getting by the strength of the deck in general, but the Nightmare here gave me the win condition. So I definitely say it's a viable strategy, Nightmare with Footwork. Like I said, most of my attempts I was using Ironclad. I thought that Ironclad was the way to go for this trophy, but my top 3 attempts were all with the Silent. The relic that I got for the boss swap, after I did this, I had a little Google, and people don't really think very highly of this relic. But it worked for me as the only relic I had in this run. So here you can see I've now got 3 footworks. I'm just going to use as many as I can safely. I think here I'll use 1, use 2. I might not use the third. It's too risky. I have to use some block here. I can't be losing 20 health, so I'll save that footwork for a bit later. But yeah, nightmare and footwork was my win condition here, and I'll leave the footage playing. Good luck with your attempts at this trophy. Yeah, it was a nightmare. Excuse the pun. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.